You got it, David. It is time for the most root-tootin' football segment this side of the Mississippi. It's in the gun on the Cash Considerations podcast. Copyright Cash Considerations. Woo! Love this. Each and every week we go down the biggest games, and whoo, it's a football week. We kept it nice and tight up at the top so we could go with the football bonanza. We got a 10-pack for you mother effers today. I'm censoring myself early because, you know, as the episode goes on, those mother effers fly a little bit more. Hit the quota. So we're going to do all 3 Thursday games. We're going to do the early window, late window, usual way that we do in the gun. Dave is going to be batting us leadoff. He has back-to-back winning weeks here in the on the Cash Considerations per K. So on Thursday, it's Thanksgiving, so we'll all watch the games, kind of like shitty games, no? Like when the best game is Saints Bills, and
it is the best game.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no debate. That is the best game.
We'll start from worst and work our way up to best. Yeah. Maybe Matt Nagy will be on the sidelines come Thursday, but who knows? It's increasingly changing. Bears are 3.5-point road favorites. They're down to 3, so we'll grade it at 3 here on the show. They're taking on the Lions, and the crazy thing is CH sends out our lines and our games in the morning, and as I'm prepping for the show, probably, just making sure all the lines are right and everything about 2 hours before, already almost all of them moving. So those sharp bettors getting their bets in early in the week, hammering those lines into shape. But it's the Bears taking on the Lions. Lions are the home team. 3 points is the spread. David, what are we doing here, man?
I don't care if it's square, if it's not. I'm picking Detroit again. I think that, we just got the Goff news. It sounds like Goff's going to play. I don't know if that's good or bad. Probably prefer that he would not. But I just got the text. I think he's going to play. All right. Give me Detroit. I'll fall for it again. We'll see by game time. Again, follow along on Twitter. Maybe we'll have some sort of change. But I'm taking Detroit plus the points. I think they can win the game. This might be the only game they can win all season. But they're going to cover the spread. It's going to fall 3 if nothing else.
CH, what do you think in Bears, Lions?
I'm going to pick the Lions, and I'm going to reserve the rest of my time to talk about why we are subjected to watching the Lions every fucking Thanksgiving. It's a holiday. It's a national holiday that started where? In New England. Why don't the Patriots play every Thanksgiving? It just makes sense. It's got nothing to do with the rest of the country being sick of us. The Patriots should be playing on Thanksgiving. I'll take the Lions.
Yeah, I'm also going Lions. Make it unanimous, and we need a unanimous win badly. My handicap is Nagy sucks. He needs to be fired. This team is going to make sure that he is fired by rolling over on national television. Lions get their first win. Let's go Cowboys taking on the Raiders. Cowboys, the home team.
He's not even looking at you, CH.
He's not looking at me. Newbie, I got to pause you for a second. One of the things I think about a lot is, I remember we had a quarterback here for a long time, and they used to chant his name when he was coming out onto the field, or when they needed something big, they would chant his name. Yeah. We don't have a way to chant for our new guy's name, right? It doesn't make sense. But can you imagine when a team in your city has a sold-out arena and they're chanting, "Fire Nagy, fire Nagy" at the Bulls game last night? Can you imagine how that feels?
That's when I saw that, I was like, Lions by a million, because how back from that? Because that dude saw it, and he already, in press conferences, he gets argued with, and then he's very combative. So I think, and again, I'm not calling anybody out or anything, but kind of like thin skin. So that I just don't think is working. In the locker room, they're talking about how they want him gone. And I apologize, CH, I was not ignoring you, but full disclosure, I have notes here. And when I'm reading them, I cover up the screen so I don't see your guys' beautiful faces while I'm reading them.
Little inside behind the peak.
I pull back the whole curtain. I pull back the entire curtain.
Who's reading this shit?
I'm reading it. And there's, thank God I don't handwrite it because it would look like the fucking Zodiac killer. You guys have seen my handwriting. It ain't no good. All right. So now I can't see you guys because my notes are back up. Cowboys taking on the Raiders. Cowboys were 7-point favorites. They're up to 8-point favorites. So that's where we'll grade it at -8 for the Cowboys. Don't know if that changes it for you guys. But even when it was just 7, I was looking at the Raiders just because I think everybody expects this to be a bounce back spot for the Cowboys. They can't be as bad as they looked over the past 2 weeks. They didn't score a touchdown against one of the worst defenses in the NFL in the Chiefs. And okay, they've been better these past couple of weeks, however you want to split it. I wouldn't bet this game. I don't really like either side, but I would take the points with the Raiders if I was forced to make a pick, which I am here on the Cash Considerations podcast. What say you, CH?
Yeah, bounce back. So everything you just said, just reverse it. Thank you. Dallas minus the points.
I love it. And Dave, are we making it another unanimous? Or well, I guess he's on Cowboys. So what are you going here, Dave?
Not even listening to the show, CH. Now he's covering the screen and he's not even listening.
He's all flummoxed because of his notes and the video and everything.
You guys called me out about the notes. Now I don't know where to put them. I'm moving them around the screen.
It's fine. Leave them where they're at. It's fine. Please just leave them where they're at. You muted us last time. The last thing I don't want you to mute me again. That was so funny. Go back and watch last week's show. I forget the mark where you did it, but you did it. And we were talking and didn't realize we were muted. And then you called us out and you dropped the first motherfucker on us all. So that was actually really good. Dallas by 100. Dallas by 100. They're going to kill this team. The Raiders had every opportunity to salvage the season at home against the Bengals last week. They played until the third quarter, and then they quit. I mean, and I hate to say professional athletes quit, but their soul was taken right from them on that sideline, and they just didn't have it. I don't think they're going to go to Dallas on a short week and compete. I think they're going to try. Dallas is going to score, and then it's out. Dallas by 100.
Oh, man, you guys are going to be so sick when I get to my prop. I'm kind of sick even thinking about it. But that's later in the one total, one side, one prop segment. So let's finish it up on Thanksgiving. You're getting full. Now you got the itis, and you're sitting on the couch, and on comes a game that's probably going to give you some more indigestion. It's the Bills taking on the Saints. The Saints home dogs was 4.5 when it was sent. It's up to 5.5. People hammering the Bills. I just, CH, what are we doing in this game? Because I honestly, I mean, I hope Kamara is back. That makes me maybe look at the Saints. Maybe you have a stronger opinion. What are you thinking? Bills taking on the Saints?
My opinion is I have to try to figure out how to leave my sister's house early enough to make it home to watch this game without offending my family, and then convince my wife that I'm really tired and I want to watch this game and not do anything because I got a scout for the Bills game next week.
That's true.
My opinion is that the second place Bills are going to win this game. So I'm going to lay the 4.5 and go with Buffalo.
Dave, is it that easy? The 4.5? Now, CH, would you still lay it at 5.5?
Oh yeah, 5.5. Whatever. I hate that number, but I'll still lay the points.
5.5. CH is the lock on 5.5. So maybe I'll have to change my pick because I'm kind of leaning towards the Saints. Dave, you have enough to move me to the other side? What are you thinking?
There was a line from the movie Mr. Mom back in the day when he asked him a question. He said 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. 4.5, 5.5, whatever it takes, all the way up to 7. Buffalo by 100. Like, this is such a usually chalky day in the history of the books. Public wins. I mean, the favorites cover. The games are shit most of the time. Nobody knows shit. But, man, I can't find a reason to take the Saints. I don't think Kamara's going to play. And, again, I think the market is telling us that with this move today. So when you see these injury plays, again, they don't always get there. That one last week with Seattle, everybody had Seattle and all the CLV plus 2.5, plus 1.5 pick, all the way up to -3 against the Cardinals. And Colt McCoy got you. Maybe Kamara gets us. Maybe the lack of Kamara gets us. Buffalo, lay it. Done.
I mean, I guess just to keep us away from a unanimous pick, so we don't go over on Thanksgiving, I'm going with the Saints. I have my notes, as you well know, written down, and I've adjusted my screen a little bit. CH gave me some tips. Now I can see you guys. I can read my notes. This is amazing. My life is
it's a whole new show.
But on Thanksgiving, I just like whenever you're getting a home dog, I always like lean that way just because I figure it's a holiday. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to travel on Thanksgiving. Now their wives and the girlfriends are bitching at them because they're missing. Oh, you're not hanging out with my in-laws again. And that plus the Bills have kind of gotten like exposed a little bit here. Now, I think you're right. Probably Kamara doesn't play, which I would feel better. But as this line ticks up, I would probably wait to play it again. Probably wouldn't make my betting card. Bills maybe looking ahead a little bit. I think a Patriots game is a lot more important to them than a Saints game. It just seems too easy to me to go Bills in a bounce back spot. So I'll do the contrarian bullshit. You know, I love doing. Give me the Saints getting the 5.5. And no, I did not pick it at 5.5 just because that was the side I was going. That's what the live on screen said at wagertalk.com. We moved to Sunday, boys, and it's the Patriots, the aforementioned Patriots there taking on the Titans. 6.5 is the line here. Patriots getting a lot of love, and respectfully so. They are back, bitches. The wild thing for me though, guys, I'll go first. And I don't feel good about it at all. And I'm mainly just doing it so they keep winning. So CH stays happy. I love it when he's happy. I'm going Titans because I feel like when I look at the look ahead line and it was 2.5 and now it's 6.5. I mean, the market thinks that they're back. And I think they probably are, but that's too much to me for everybody goes from slurping the Titans week after week to saying they're dog shit just because they lose one game that they were looking ahead to play in the Patriots. So they weren't even a little bit focused last week. You guys know that was my best bet. I loved Houston, sprinkled a little bit on the money line too, because they were looking forward to this game. I'm going to go Titans. I don't feel even a little bit good about it. Dave, we'll let CH round up the rear. What are you thinking, Patriots, Titans?
I want to take the Titans just because it seems like it's too many points. But, I mean, Carl said it. We're back, bitches. Like, I mean, unless it's 7, I ain't taking. Like, Tennessee, everything in your power points to taking the points. Like, Tennessee lost at home in a classic look-ahead spot in rain and shit and everything that's been supposed to catch up to them with Henry being out happened last week. So they're supposed to bounce back. But, man, that New England defense is – I keep going on all these shows. I keep saying this is the best defense in the AFC. Like, are you watching what's going on? They are physically punishing people, and they got the evil genius scheming back like he was back in the day. I don't think Tennessee gets more than 17 points. Wow. I goddamn know well that New England's getting 24 at home. That's more than 7. New England minus the points.
Wow, some math major stuff right there, CH. No spreadsheet needed to find out 20
I ain't even got no notes.
Is 7 more than 17. That's impressive. No notes needed. The consigliere. Follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. You can follow Carl Haskell on Twitter at Carl Haskell. And CH, they're back, bitches. Are you laying this?
You can follow me on the Twiddle too. It's the same thing. Yeah. So I don't like how this number keeps climbing and climbing and climbing.
Scary.
It's scary. The Patriots, I feel like they're going to win this game. I don't like how, like I said, the number keeps getting higher. Under 7, I like the Patriots. I'm going to take Mikey McCorkle and the New England Patriots, and we're going to win this game. And I'll lay the 6.5 as much as it pains me to do it.
Yeah, and honestly, I think a lot of it is it's trending upwards just because think about it, dude. If you were getting any time, if the other guy was still playing quarterback there, if you were getting anything under a touchdown, it was an automatic play on spot. And they were amazing as home favorites. And now they kind of have gone away from that. And it seems like they're back bitches. And I feel like that's why the market is finally starting to be like, dude, we're getting insane value. When it was 5.5, it was every bad guy, I would imagine, going up to the counter and playing that, because this is, you can start going back to some of those ATS numbers that Bill Belichick was putting up because Cam Newton is not his quarterback anymore. So, I think that's that has something to do with how this number keeps ticking up. I don't know what you think about that, Dave.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. This is bad guy stuff. They ain't nobody's moving this number today like that unless they're coming with limit plays. And you saw what it did with the Falcons, right? You saw the number come a little bit light and shoot up. I think odds makers, bettors, books, prognosticators, everybody's trying to figure out how good this team is. What the market's telling you, we're back, bitches. That's it.
There you go. Now, speaking of back bitches, are the Cincinnati Bengals? Bengals? Am I getting closer?
Closer.
I practiced it in the mirror before the show. The Bengals are taking on the Steelers, and we're back at it, bitches. Not pronouncing it right. Bengals are the home favorite. 4 points taking on the Steelers. CH, you go first on this one because I don't really like either side.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like either side either. That's where the hook comes in because this is one of those that I would say is going to be a tie with the number. I'm going to go with the Go-Go's. I mean, the Bengals in this game. So I'll lay the points.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much. I've thought about that all week.
It was just subtle enough that the true listeners of the pod will know. Yeah, I'm not rushing to the counter to bet either of these teams. I just don't think in a division game, the Cincinnati side should be laying over. It should be even a favorite is really. So I'll take the Steelers getting the points. They've been good to me as underdogs. Tomlin, I don't have the numbers in front of you, but he's always good as a underdog, whether it's on the road, whether it's at home. I'll take the 4 points, and we'll see what ends up happening. What do you think, Dave?
Steelers is a dog this season, undefeated, I think, or maybe one loss. I don't know how the hell they covered that game on Sunday. They didn't have half the team, missing TJ Watt, missing Micah Fitzpatrick. Ben didn't practice all week, whatever that's worth. I don't think he's practiced in 3 years. It's pretty obvious the way he throws. It's just, he does his own thing, but he keeps them in the games. They get those guys back on defense. Let this number climb up. If you like the Steelers, I think you can wait. I think you'll get the magic number of 5, like CH likes the 5. I think you'll be able to get 5. I think 4.5 will be enough. I'm taking Pittsburgh against the Bengals, whatever you want to call them. Give me the points. Don't be surprised to see the Steelers win this game and keep that whole thing alive of hope of making the playoffs after that goddamn tie against the Lions.
Vacation, all you ever wanted is a Go-Go song, not a Bengals song. Okay. All right, guys, this is a game that I am pumped up for. It's the Buccaneers taking on the Colts. They're road favorites. The creamsicle hat is on. God damn it, does it look good. I love that orange. Beautiful. Man. Just beautiful. And Buccaneers 2.5-point favorites. Keeps bouncing around 3, keeps bouncing around 2.5. So we'll just stick it at 2.5. If you shop around, you can get either number for whichever side you like. Buccaneers taking on the Colts. And I'll just go first because you guys already know it's a formality. You see Colts on the rundown. If Wentz is playing, I am taking the Colts. But all joking aside and all Ginger Jesus love aside, and it's hard to put that aside because, dear God, they're balling out. He looks even better when he doesn't have to do anything. He could just hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. It hides a lot of the horrible passes that the Ginger Jesus Carson Wentz does. But all kidding aside, I just think the Colts need this game way more than the Bucs. I think they're live to win the game, and any time that I see an underdog that's live to win the game, I'll always take the points. On a short week, give me the Colts, and of course, guys, at that 2.5 sweet spot. It's not wongable because of the total, but I love the Colts in a teaser in this game. CH, what say you?
Come on. If I've got the choice between these two quarterbacks, which one do you think I'm going to take? Give me the Bucs.
The one who's Jesus, right? The one who is
yes, the OG Jesus. Tampa Bay minus the points.
All right, Dave, what do you think? You got to break the tie. We got one guy loving on one quarterback, the other loving on one quarterback, and one of us probably has a much better reason to love on that quarterback. What are you doing in this one, Dave?
Put your finger on the button. I'll say it. Hasn't been said yet.
I thought we were going to throw it, you fucker.
Brady. He did us right Monday night against the Giants. We knew what he was going to do. Went on, like I said, went on Sports Grid, told everybody, just lay it. Not this week. I believe it was last week when Newbie said Tampa Bay sucks on the road. Tampa Bay has not covered a game on the road, I believe, all season long. I believe you had hit me with one of them stats. All the research that we apparently don't do, we done did, and you said it, and I heard it. People listen to this goddamn show, but you got to listen to the kid talk about the Ginger Jesus, and the Colts are coming on. Talk about a team playing their best football of the season right now. I think you're getting a bargain getting any points at home in this game. Tampa, clearly a different team on the road. Colts going to run the ball. You heard it. They're going to run the ball. They're going to win the game. Take the points. Definitely keeping it close. I think they win the game. Colts for sure for me.
Yeah, and again, it's just, they need the game a little bit more than the Bucs, who just continue to be able to beat up on the NFC and beat up on teams at home. So Dave and I both looking that way. CH staying with Brady, and you got to respect it. You just got to. I made a conscious effort, as I saw CH did as well. He was like, I'm not going to be the one to say it. And you had to do it. Cash those under tickets, folks. We got it around the 45-minute mark for it there. All right, we got the shit bag Eagles. The catching up to the SBEs because they are road favorite, taking on the Giants. I mean, dear God, the Giants look bad. They looked so bad. They were like, dude, why the hell did we hire Jason Garrett? They can his ass today. Now the Eagles 3.5-point favorites. Number has pretty much stayed pat, ticked up a little bit from 3 to the surprise of no one. I usually go last on the Eagles games, but I'll go first. I want to bet the Giants just because betting against the Eagles has been good to me this year. But we love CLV here. We are a CLV show. That's what we drive ourselves on. If we don't have closing line value, we're not making the play. This number's only going higher because the tickets are all on the Eagles. The money is all on the Eagles. You're going to be getting a better number if you bet it now because it'll probably be closer, Christ almighty, 2-4, maybe even higher than that. I'll get the CLV. I'll lay it with the SBEs. You thought Bengals was hard to pronounce. Maybe 3 C words in a row to say. Speaking of another one, Carl Haskell, CH, where are you going in the SBEs game? You nailed the game last week. They killed the Saints.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of luck with the SBEs. I think since we started calling them the SBEs, they've been very good to CH. So I'm sticking with the initials, and I'm going to take the SBEs, and I'm going to lay the points.
Are we going unanimous on the SBEs and guaranteeing they lose this game, Dave? Make a case for the Giants, and if you can't, just lay the damn points.
It's just lay the damn points. I mean, SBE, you're drinking the 603. Are you drinking the 603? No, you got the Fly Eagles Fly. CH got the 603. Things may be getting a little bit harder to pronounce as we go along here on the show. But what's not harder is seeing the Eagles are going, the Giants are gone. Like they're done. I don't even think they let Garrett fly home. Stay in Tampa. You ain't need to come back. You ain't got to call nobody. I mean, that's it. So what are they going to do? Recover in a division game and muster up a good effort. Got to be out of your mind. I ain't taking the points. If the Eagles lose this goddamn game, though, newbie, like now that I'm in, and then I saw the line move keeps coming on them every week. It paid off last week. They go. It was like pick, close all the way at 3 against the Saints. They kicked their ass. They better not lose this game, newbie. I'm going to be upset. Norm, Nate, all you people in Philadelphia listen to the show. Big shout out to all of you. Thank you. Better not lose this game. Better not lose this game.
I mean, you're going to be upset, Dave. I'm a season ticket holder who can't go to the games because I've gone to 7 straight games and they lost every single one of them. They got killed by the Raiders. I don't go to the home game. The first home game of the year I don't go to. And what happens? They score like 1 billion points.
So, you ever go to a game up in the Meadowlands? You ever go up there?
I have not. I played a game in the Meadowlands. I do this thing called the Snow Bowl. It's a fundraiser for the Special Olympics of New Jersey, and the game is hosted in MetLife Stadium. So it's pretty cool. I got to play on the field, got to score a touchdown in an NFL stadium. Little humble brag there. It was flag football after all. We are into the late window, gentlemen, and it's the Rams and the Packers. Late window is a great slate of games. I'm excited, and I love it when I just can kick my feet up and then just hopefully enjoy an SBE win and then turn on the red zone and get ready to go for the 4 o'clock hour. It's the Rams at a pick 'em taking on the Packers. Maybe overreaction central, Dave, as the Packers on the look ahead line were 1.5-point favorites. What are you thinking in this one, Dave?
It's so hard. I like both of these teams.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know. I mean, Rodgers looked okay for a guy with a bum toe. He looked okay. I don't know how hurt he is. I'm going with the Packers. That was a great game by the Vikings last week. I mean, they just played a great game, took every one of Packers' shots and came back and won with a field goal late. I think the Packers win with a field goal late. Packers for me. Lay it.
CH, is it that easy? Packers, Rams, looks like one hell of a game. Are you going with Mr. Tobo Cop as well? Where are you going in this one?
So I'm going to disagree with you about Rodgers looking good. He's got to cut his hair at least underneath the helmet. I mean, he looks horrible.
Ridiculous.
Wash that shit once in a while, would you? Jesus Christ.
Like, it's not the length of the hair, it's the unkemptness.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. It's like he just came out of a Doors concert in 1966 or something. Jesus. Get a little bit of shampoo in that shit. Seriously. Anyway, they're missing 2 offensive linemen, I think, the Packers this week. 2 of their starting offensive linemen are out. Yep. I think that plays a huge role in the game. I think it's an underrated aspect of the game. Look at what happened in the Super Bowl when Kansas City was missing their offensive line, right? So for that reason, I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, and even look at what happened in the playoffs when the Packers were missing Bakhtiari and what the Buccaneers were able to do with them at home. I think I wasn't even thinking about that, CH. That's a great point. And it backs up the fact that I, too, am looking at the Rams. You know, is it an overreaction to this Packers team losing to the Vikings? Maybe, but the Rams also need a serious bounce back. I mean, before their bye, it was 2 straight losses for them. And I'm no McVay guy. I think he's honestly a little bit overrated. But for what it's worth, you've had 5 games of a sample size of him after the bye, and he's 4-1 against the spread. So I know there really isn't a spread here, but in those games, he's exceeded the spread on an average of 5.5 points. So, you know, I think they're looking to get right. Meanwhile, Dr. Aaron Rodgers is whining about his toe hurting. So I'm going to take the Rams at the pick'em price on the road. I'm with CH in this one. I'm gonna take the Rams as I guess you can call them road. I guess not favorite if it's a pick. Yeah.
Little betting note to keep in mind for all the listeners. I believe McVay has won 38 straight games as the Rams coach when they're leading at halftime. Oh. So if you need a second half bet, if they're leading at halftime, they just that's the high water mark. Bet them at halftime, they win the game. That's just a little thing. We used to shade the line that way last year, or when I was in the book, and I've seen it now. McVay leading at halftime, cash the ticket for the final.
Wow. Look, that's why you listen to the show right there, baby. That's a little nugget for you guys. All right, Chargers taking on the Broncos. Chargers were 2.5-point favorites this morning. They're now 3-point favorites. The bad guys betting the Chargers. They're on the road against the Broncos. Feel like I haven't bat leadoff here in a couple bit in the rotation as we're here into the late window. So I'll go first. I mean, the Chargers, it was only a Sunday night football game, but I almost look at it as like a quasi overtime game because that game was over and then the Steelers come rolling back after the Chargers were already putting their feet up. Oh, what a nice win. And now what do you have to do after really expending a lot of energy late in the game? You have to go on the road at altitude to play a division rival who, is coming off the bye. And for all the shortcomings of Vic Fangio, it's a small sample size again, but he's 2-0 against the spread off the bye. So when it is a small sample size, I like to go that extra step and look at the margin of victory. Now, it was only 2 games, but he exceeded the spread, or the Broncos. I guess he's not the one playing. The Broncos in those games exceeded the spread by nearly 10 points in those 2 wins. So when you have a margin of victory like that, you can give a little more credence to a small sample size. I'm never going to complain about getting points at home in a division matchup. So I'll go with the Broncos plus the 3. And shocker, Dave, I love them in a teaser. I'll save you for last in this one. CH, what are you thinking? Chargers, Broncos, Chargers, and Herbert, the 3-point road chalk.
I'm going to start keeping track of how many times Newbie says teaser during the in the gun segment, because last week it was a lot.
Game.
It's a drinking game.
Take a drink.
I won't make it to my take a minute if we play that.
All I bet is teasers. Like truly, if you guys see, I'll send you a screenshot of my DraftKings because that's really the only like book that I have. Like BetMGM doesn't allow teasers. You guys will be like, what the? How do you make any money? All I do is bet teasers, not advantage teasers, not Wong. I just tease them. Just tease them like crazy. Sorry, CH.
Anyway, I'll take the Clippers, Chargers, and I'll lay the points.
Nice and easy. Dave, what are you thinking? He has the Chargers. I have the Broncos. What say you, Mr. Tampa Bay Buck?
I swear, I have no idea what to do with this game. I was like, man, this is one I would never bet. I think just when you think you got a handle on the Chargers and you laid a short number with the Steelers, they let them back in. Oh, yeah. I'm taking a home dog. But the last time I took the Broncos was against the SBEs. When we did the show, I'm like, nah, the SBEs aren't going to win. But by the time the game kicked, I knew the SBEs were going to win. No idea. Give me Denver plus the points. I'll hope and pray that if that's the game that I miss, so be it.
All right, which brings us to Sunday night, boys. And then we got the highly anticipated OTOSOP segment all up in your face. And we are going to that corner. Oh, yes, we are going. We got the Sunday night football game. It is the Ravens taking on the Browns. Line's been sitting right around 4. CH, I'll let you go first on this game. I feel like this game is very hard to bet without knowing is Lamar Jackson playing or not. I think he's going to play because it was just like an illness last week. Hopefully nothing too serious. But what are you thinking? Ravens 4-point favorites against their divisional rival, the Brown-a-Thorns.
Yeah, I think Lamar plays. I mean, not a lot of illnesses keep football players out for 2 games, right? Unless it's got the 19 at the end of the illness. So I think Baltimore wins this game. Plus, I think ever since the whole OBJ thing, Baker is just like lost out on the field, right? He doesn't know what's going on out there. He looks like he doesn't know what to do. And I think the Browns might be cooked for the year. So give me Baltimore.
Dave, what are you thinking in this one? Ravens, I mean, if Lamar plays, that line's short, right? You're able to get it at 4 right here. What are you thinking, Mr. Sherapan?
Ravens. I think that the only hesitation is if Lamar doesn't play, right? What's the line going to do? It's not going to change much.
No, I mean, that's what I mean.
The line is what it is now, I think, because it's in anticipation of him not playing. As soon as you get the green light that he's playing, this thing's to the moon, just like all these people we want to send to the moon. Not a big fan of the game, but I'd lay it. The game that didn't make the list is the Seattle Washington game. Little sneaky pick there. Oh no, I'll save that for OTOSOP. Little tease inside the segment tease. What a pro. How am I thinking? Kelsey's calling me right now, middle can sing. She don't know we're recording the show. Every goddamn week we're recording the show. These kids won't leave me alone while I'm recording the show.
It's absurd. Well, I'll save you a little bit of time here, Dave, because I'm taking the Ravens in this one because, like I said earlier, it's the buy low spot. If Lamar plays, this is going to be closer to 6 points. I'll take the 4. I think they cover both of those numbers, to be honest with you. I think CH kind of nailed it on, would you say CH?
That's 3 unanimous picks this week. We could be climbing toward 500 if we sweep these.
Get there, baby. Let's go.
I will say, like, usually when we have the unanimous, I'm like, oh, dear God. I actually love all of our unanimous picks.
I do as well.
So time will tell.